The most dangerous thing for the human mind is receiving pleasure without having to work for it. Dr. Andrew Huberman. That quote is rooted in neuroscience. It is the most important quote you will ever hear, and your quality of life will improve more than anything else when you choose to live by that quote. Let's break it down, shall we? First, let's list some really common examples of receiving pleasure without having to work for it. Pornography is probably the worst of the worst. It is at the pinnacle of receiving pleasure without having to work for it, especially since we are deeply wired to be sexual beings, to crave it, want it, desire it, and our subconscious mind is automatically gravitated towards it when it's available, when the topic comes up. And there are many other examples, such as anytime you're scrolling social media or any mindless doom scrolling, video games, junk food, online gambling and shopping, obviously things like alcohol, cocaine, substances. And the more heightened the pleasure is, and the less effort that you need in order to receive that heightened pleasure, which involves a neurochemical concoction such as heightened dopamine, the stronger that gap is between pleasure and effort, the more addictive that thing becomes, no matter what it is. And the more that you allow yourself to have experiences like that, you begin to weaken all parts of who you are, such as emotional regulation and sound decision making. You reduce the prefrontal cortex of your brain. Ooh, that's a dangerous thing. You don't want to do that. You essentially begin to make choices like a small child when you do that, and have emotional reactions as well, or numb out because you can't handle the emotional reactions. And the other things that begin to happen is, well, you see, your subconscious mind gets accustomed to the easy button. Pleasure now, pleasure, 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 no effort, no effort, no effort. So now when something comes along in your life that does require effort, going to work, doing house chores, grooming, going to the gym, advancing in your career, putting effort in your relationships, you see, the subconscious mind then views those things as not worth it. Your subconscious mind goes, don't do those things. Your subconscious mind then robs you of all of your motivation to do anything productive and worthwhile. Because your subconscious mind has now been trained that, oh, why would I put effort into something when you have the easy button laying around? Just take out your porn and look at some Instagram booties. Just go scroll on Instagram for a while. Just go watch some YouTube videos. And the moment something becomes challenging or requires effort, your subconscious mind begins to protest and tries to come up with all of these reasons why pressing the easy button is a better idea right now. And you ultimately press the easy button many times throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, the year in your life, resulting in very few things getting accomplished. And it's not just advancing in your career. The most important part here is your connection with other people, your relationships, friends, family, romantic partner. Because here's the thing. This is really important. When you have all of those easy buttons of super high dopamine, very low effort, then the moment you begin to engage with another person, say face-to-face in a conversation, the more you press the easy button, the more that you are creating ADHD symptoms in your brain. So when you go to speak to a person and have a conversation and want to connect, whether it's a colleague at work or your spouse or someone you want to date and get to know, or your mom, whoever it might be, and the subconscious mind in that moment of attempted connection, the subconscious mind is bored out of its mind because the dopamine is very low in comparison to its easy button of, say, Instagram booties or Pornhub or video games. And the subconscious mind goes, I don't like this. Let's create wandering mind syndrome as an attempt to seek a higher dopamine experience in this moment. This makes it nearly impossible to really connect with someone. Connecting with someone then becomes a chore and a burden and an effort rather than an effortless pleasure and desire and something fun and wonderful and amazing, the way that human connection is meant to be, but cannot be that way when we have easy button, high hits of dopamine for low effort. The most dangerous thing for the human mind is receiving pleasure without having to work for it. So if you're married, it means you begin to take your spouse for granted. If you're single and you want to enter the dating world, the subconscious mind goes, dating world? Are you kidding me? Why would I put all that time, energy, effort, bravery into the dating world when I know you just have the easy button laying around any moment of every day to have access to? Higher hits of dopamine for lower amounts of effort. So you must train your subconscious mind to forget about the easy button. Whatever form the easy button is showing up in your life, train your subconscious mind to forget about it. And I promise you, based on the principles of neuroscience, your life will improve drastically. However, paradoxically, there will be a phase where life will be much harder. This is addiction withdrawal. This is dopamine withdrawal. You must go through the dopamine withdrawal phase first. And when you have the courage and commitment and the right strategies and support to make that happen, life will be better on the other side. I promise you, life will be so much better on the other side. If you need help with that, I have devoted my life to helping men overcome pornography and sex-related addictions. And as I've been saying since 2019, every addiction is merely a symptom of unresolved emotional wounds of the past. We must address those unresolved emotional wounds of the past, allow it to surface. You gotta feel it to heal it. There's a safe way to do that. So the addictive escapism, whatever you're doing to press the easy button, is not the real problem, but makes all your real problems worse. It's merely a symptom. It is a discomfort within your subconscious mind and nervous system trying to escape the discomfort within you. That's why every addiction, every easy button is an escapism. It's an escapism from a challenge, from a discomfort. Paradoxically, the way that you make your life easier is to lean into the challenges you have been avoiding. You will be more satisfied. This is a neuroscience non-negotiable, and it's fantastic. So then what's the opposite? If receiving pleasure without having to work for it is the most dangerous thing for your mind, what is the most wonderful thing for your mind? I call this earned dopamine. Earned dopamine. Dopamine that requires effort going into it. Like going to the gym, taking a cold plunge, leaning into a social experience that might make you nervous, but then you have the opportunity for true connection. Working hard for something that has a remarkable payoff at the end. When we choose things with earned dopamine, rather than the easy button, the low-hanging fruit, cheap, easy dopamine, when we earn it, then guess what? in between your dopamine experiences that you earn, you're actually neurochemically more satisfied in your life. But when you get all that dopamine from the easy button, the low-hanging fruit of dopamine, then in between the dopamine experiences, you're pretty much miserable. You have a choice. Now that you have this awareness and knowledge, what choices are you going to be doing differently? Put in the comments section, what easy buttons are you going to reduce or eliminate? And if you need help with this, I have been helping men overcome pornography and sex-related addiction since 2019. Join my free school tribe. The link is in the description. I will see you on the inside.